Exciting Soccer was an arcade game made by Alpha Denshai in 1983. A soccer game with booming sound. I mean, this thing is loud. The game shouts things like kickoff and in goal. There are cheerleaders shouting "rar," and rar some more. There are more rars in this game than like an entire soccer season. And drum beats, man, it really is. You can feel the bass. The game style is an overhead view with players that can slide, tackle, and pass and shoot. This is definitely one for the stick rather than buttons. The way you score is to somehow position the arrow in the opponent's goal with your left and right keys as you are running with the ball. I say run with the ball because the other team are sliding in everywhere. There are no referees. I should have had like 10 free kicks or something for deliberate fouling. The music in this game will follow you for the rest of your life. I was in bed last night and I heard this tune as background music to what I was actually thinking and then dreaming about. It is a punchy computerized version of a tune written by Chuck Rio in 1958 and recorded as a track by the Champs. The game music is really good and was probably worth the coins on its own. Back to the game, and I forgot to mention that it's meant to be a competition of teams. So you choose a team, and then you have to play the other teams in every round until you win the final. Not easy, but there are knacks to scoring from kickoff, and again, a stick makes it better to play.
Or general thoughts. Okay.
Gorf was an arcade game by Midway in 1981. This game was different to the others as it included this huge joystick controller that fitted in your hand rather than the smaller sticks and ball joysticks on most, or the more difficult to control buttons options. It was slightly more expensive to play, usually around twice the price of the other machines in the arcade. It was one of the first speech games, referring to you as Space Cadet in a sarcastic manner, and actually laughing at you if you got killed. And got killed you did, frequently, I am reliably told. It seems that Gorf was different to the other games in that it gave a variety of gameplay. So, Space Invaders, then Galician, then some other space game, and so on. I think for this it deserves huge credit. Having said that, the gameplay at the start is set to a harder level than it could be, and your lives can go fast, because of no-way-out situations that happen all too frequently. Maybe there was some sort of hidden controls that the arcade manager could set, and the game would start off at a harder level. That would certainly make more money. But can you imagine if someone was on the game for like an hour, and you wanted to go on there, you had to wait behind and wait? I am reliably told that people waiting to go on the game would put their coins on the side, and that was like a marker to prevent queue jumping and put the guy off from sticking any more money in that was actually on the game. In Gorf you could move diagonally and upwards and downwards. This wasn't possible in Galician and Space Invaders. But again, you are not as fast as you need to be to dodge everything they throw at you. it becomes impossible. So unless you can clear your sheet of Galaxians, it is going to cost you lives. So this game has you rising from the rank of Space Cadet to Space Colonel. At each time, you complete a round of the 5 varied sections. You do get better as you play more games, and I think that is a common theme with the arcade games in this video. Pac-Man was a 1980 game made by Namco. You play this sort of munching ball that is hungry for some sort of dots. Pac-Man is in a maze, and these quick ghosts are after him. Even though it is a maze, the ghosts seem to know exactly where Pac-Man is. And on each corner, there are 4 pills. When Pac-Man eats a pill, he can eat the ghosts for a limited time. But when he does, they just appear again. The version I played was fast and excruciatingly difficult. Someone please tell me if these were the standard ROMs with the same difficulty in the arcade back then. How did people have any money left for food? I mean, it's just crazy. More frustrating than pleasurable. But the dynamics are that this machine cost a load of money to run in the arcade, and the machine itself costs money. So the games are set at a difficulty level that gives you a 5-minute game for coins. Eventually, though, you're going to get a whole lot better at the game, and then to make the same money, the difficulty would have to increase. What it does going through these is make you feel lucky that you got today's games and emphasize with our ancestors that played these arcade games. To get good, they would have had to have spent a lot of money at the machine.